Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. A man from Bay City faces life in prison if convicted in a child sex crimes case. And in the case of former President Trump's handling of classified documents, his lawyers have filed a new motion to get the case thrown out. We have more on the call for action this morning. Plus, a landmark ruling has found James Crumbley, father of the Oxford school shooter, guilty on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, the ruling a first in American history. We have the story.
And we've got a chance for severe weather for the entire weekend, prompting an alert day for the entire weekend. We're going to take a look at that in the weather coming up.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 15th day of March 2024. The time, it is Friday, and it's now 6:31 on our Friday morning. And today it's World Speech Day.
World Speech Day, that's a cool day.
Yeah, it could be a good day to take some time to reflect on some of those famous speeches throughout time.
Absolutely. Lots of very famous. Do you have a famous speech?
I have to go with I Have a Dream.
Oh, yeah, of course.
By MLK. I mean, it's so legendary. It led to so much progress and equity. How about you, Parker?
I definitely have to say that one, of course, but I think my second favorite might have to be JFK's inaugural speech, his inaugural address.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that one.
I got to revisit that one today.
Really, really good one.
Well, Parker, how's it looking out there for us today? Now, you said that it's going to be severe weather all weekend, so now I'm thinking I got to pair a poncho with my cowgirl boots when I go to the rodeo this weekend.
Yeah, I heard the rodeo was going on. It's in Goliad, correct?
Yes.
Goliad. Goliad Rodeo is going to be going on this weekend, but it may not be the greatest weekend because we might have some severe weather. But if y'all tuning in with us right now, you're looking live in Victoria. It's actually there. You can see the loop right there, 463 in eastern Victoria, about 73 degrees, warm out there, but quite humid as well. With your dew point 2 degrees off your temperature, you got a 93% humidity, and that humidity is exactly what's driving up the rain out there this morning. I'm going to look at that radar in just a second, because like we were saying, we have an alert day issued for the entire weekend. Friday, Saturday afternoon, this afternoon, and Saturday afternoon, and Sunday morning is the timing for that severe threat. But large hail and damaging winds are going to be the main threats for this weekend, but a tornado cannot be ruled out for today. The main risk is going to be in the northwestern counties, including Karnes County, Gonzales County, DeWitt County, and Lavaca County as well, where you can see the National Weather Service has a level 2 out of 5 risk for that severe weather. You can see where the real threat is as well, but we still have that threat for tomorrow. It's a level 1 out of 5 risk for tomorrow, and also on Sunday as well. Now, as promised, looking at your radar, you can see all of us are seeing some showers and even some seeing some thunderstorms this morning. Let's see here. It looks like the strongest stuff is coming into Karnes City. Actually, just now exiting Karnes City. Maybe some more coming in the next 20 to 30 minutes or so, but some more coming into Gonzales as well. But those showers out there this morning are expected to continue a little bit, maybe decreasing in and not coverage, but and strength as we go into the later morning. But as the sun comes out, yes, it is coming out this afternoon. Believe it or not, it's going to warm up the land, and that's going to stir up all the trouble coming out of the north. As you can see, look at those strong thunderstorms that might have some hail, strong winds, and maybe even a tornado coming out of the north later this afternoon by like 4 or 5 p.m. coming into the Gonzales and Hallettsville area. But the thing is there is no weather model that could perfectly pinpoint the exact location of any thunderstorm. So any of us could see a pop-up thunderstorm at any time, but we got some more coming our way tomorrow morning, lasting tomorrow afternoon, and some more coming on Sunday morning as well. That's why we have an alert day issued for the entire weekend. So please be weather aware this weekend. Keep your phones on, keep those ringers on in case some severe weather heads your way. We're going to take a look at the timing of all of that and more in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. A man faces life in prison if convicted in a child sex crimes case. Authorities arrested 49-year-old Humberto Sanchez at his Bay City home Wednesday night. They say Sanchez had an active warrant out for his arrest for aggravated sexual assault of a child. He remains jailed in the Matagorda County Jail this morning. Donald Trump appeared in a Florida courtroom for a hearing in his classified documents case Thursday. The former president's attorneys are pushing to have the case thrown out. They say that the prosecution should be stopped on Presidential Records Act grounds. Prosecutors are asking the judge to reject that claim. Trump is facing several felony charges in the indictment, including willful retention of national defense information. After about 10 hours of deliberations, a jury has convicted the father of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley for not doing enough to stop his son from carrying out the deadly attack at his high school in 2021. The verdict could have far-reaching consequences.
Guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
This morning, the guilty verdict for James Crumbley is being described as a wake-up call for parents nationwide.
It's a watershed moment for families and parents when it comes to guns.
A jury in Michigan convicting Crumbley on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, holding him partially responsible for failing to prevent his son Ethan from fatally shooting 4 students at Oxford High School, buying the gun 4 days earlier, and failing to properly secure it.
The defense argument was he just didn't know. He didn't know his son was this dangerous. And I suspect the jurors saw through that.
Crumbley's wife, Jennifer, was convicted on the same charges last month. Prosecutors argued the Crumbleys missed warning signs about their son's mental health, including a text message in which Ethan revealed he was hearing voices. He wrote, "I actually asked my dad to take me to the doctor yesterday, but he just gave me some pills and told me to suck it up." Prosecutors also detailed a meeting at the school the day of the shooting between Ethan, his parents, and school counselors after a morbid drawing was found on Ethan's math assignment. The school says Ethan's parents refused to take him home, and Ethan was allowed to stay in school because he had no prior disciplinary infractions. The victim's parents say last night's verdict does not end their push for justice.
We need to start focusing on the school and its failures.
We can put people on the moon. We can build skyscrapers, huge monuments like the Hoover Dam, and we can't keep our kids safe in schools.
The Crumbleys are the first parents in U.S. history convicted in a mass school shooting.
It does send a message that prosecutors might pick this up and start holding parents accountable.
Involuntary manslaughter carries a maximum of 15 years in prison, but the Crumbleys could each face up to 60 years if prosecutors ask for consecutive sentences on all 4 convictions. Their son is already serving life. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We ask you, do you agree with the verdict charging Ethan Crumbley's parents for his school shooting? All right, let's take a look. Oh, it's changed again. 81% of you say you agree. That's the most agrees we've had this morning. And 19% of you say you disagree. We want to keep hearing from y'all. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. SpaceX conducted a 3rd test flight of its Starship rocket yesterday from Texas. However, during re-entry, engineers lost contact with the Starship before its planned splashdown in the Indian Ocean. The spacecraft was sending back live images of its descent back to Earth before the loss of signal. Those images showing the tremendous heat and pressures the ship was encountering. A SpaceX leader later confirmed they lost the Starship craft, but still called it a phenomenal day, pointing at the data gained and lessons learned going forward in the program. Grab your blankets and maybe a sleep mask. It's time to celebrate healthy sleep. March 15th is World Sleep Day. It is celebrated the Friday before the spring vernal equinox each year. The theme for this year's annual event is Sleep Equity for Global Health. World Sleep Day started in 2008. It's an opportunity to promote sleep health for the millions of people dealing with serious sleep problems around the world. You can celebrate by taking a power nap or taking the day off work. Just ask your boss first. And you can also promote healthy sleep by practicing sleep hygiene, like buying a new mattress or speaking with a sleep professional. All right, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Friday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. The city of Victoria celebrating the Riverside Duck Pond.
I'm ABC's Em Nguyen in Washington. A split screen between the nation's 2 presidential nominees, one on the campaign trail, one in court. The latest coming up.
And also coming up after the break, we'll take another look at that radar. Also take a look at your fishing forecast and your weather and health forecast. And later on Sunrise, take another look at the timing of the severe weather possible this weekend. Crossroads. If y'all tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Cuero, where it's pretty cloudy out there, and there might be still a little bit of drizzle in Cuero right now. This one says, computer says it is, but we're going to look at the radar in just a second. Right now, quite warm and very humid out there. 73 degrees, but 2.1 degree off that temperature. You have a 98% humidity, so it's quite humid out there. And that's exactly what is driving up the rain chances out there this morning. Looking at your radar, it's safe to say that a good majority of us are seeing some showers and thunderstorms out there this morning. But it's going to continue to this afternoon and through the entire weekend. Looking at your fishing forecast here, it might not be the greatest day to go fishing because you might see an isolated thunderstorm or two out there this afternoon. But waves will be slightly choppy at about 2 to 3 feet with your high tide later this afternoon by 5:55 p.m. Everything is high today all across the board with this UV index because the sun's coming out later. But grass pollen and tree pollen are still high because of the winds we had yesterday. But we have an alert day issued for the entire weekend, and we're going to take a look at all that and more in just a few moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Now to the race for the White House. One presidential candidate on the campaign trail, the other in court. President Joe Biden traveling to several swing states critical to this year's general election as Donald Trump fights to dismiss the 4 cases he faces this year. This happening just 2 days after both candidates clinched their party's presidential nomination.
Stark contrast between the nation's 2 presidential nominees. President Joe Biden out on the campaign trail as former President Donald Trump sits in court. The president in Michigan Thursday meeting with local supporters and volunteers at a home in the state he won in 2020 by less than 1% of votes. It comes a day after his trip to the battleground state of Wisconsin, where he touted his infrastructure investment and slammed his November rival.
My predecessor is an ally and his allies in Congress, including your Senator Ron Johnson, who voted, he voted against the infrastructure law that funds this project. They want to undo everything I just talked about.
This as Vice President Kamala Harris toured a health clinic in Minnesota that offers abortion services, marking the first time a president or VP has ever done so. Democrats keenly aware voters have moved to protect abortion rights in all 6 states where it appeared on the ballot since Roe v. Wade was overturned.
How dare these elected leaders believe they are in a better position to tell women what they need, to tell women what is in their best interest.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump spent a day in court as his lawyers tried to convince a federal judge to throw out his classified documents case on grounds that the charges were unconstitutionally vague. The former president has denied any wrongdoing.
I had the right to do it, in my opinion, and in my lawyer's opinion.
But Judge Eileen Cannon, appointed by Trump, appeared skeptical of the defense and issued a ruling against Trump's request. She's still considering another one of Trump's motions to dismiss. And in New York, the district attorney's office now offering to delay Trump's criminal hush money trial set to start in 2 weeks. They say they just received thousands of documents from the Justice Department and want to give Trump's legal team time to review them. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
The city of Victoria celebrated the Riverside Duck Pond Thursday morning. The state granted the city $600,000 to renovate and expand the pond after it suffered damage from Hurricane Harvey in 2017. This is one of the first projects the city and the Texas Parks and Wildlife have worked on together. Catherine Broomfield and her 8-year-old son Jameson just moved to Victoria from Corpus Christi. The mother says she's thankful to the city and the state for this partnership.
We're big state park lovers as well. We go around to different parks, and so seeing that those 2 organizations working together to improve something that's great for the citizens to have is really cool.
I like to look around and look at the fish.
New to the pond is a wraparound walking trail, retaining wall to address erosion issues, and the moving of the gazebo from its original location in the middle of the pond. After the ceremony, the city hosted a fishing tournament for children. You can watch the 24-minute ceremony on our Facebook page and on crossroadstoday.com. The time is now 6:45 on our Friday morning. Still to come, attorneys for Alec Baldwin filed a motion Thursday to dismiss the charges against him for the Rust movie set shooting. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Hilda. Happy 67th birthday, Graham. We love you. Hope you're having a great day.
And actress and producer Ava Longoria with Ides of March birthday today. She's 49. Happy 49, Ava. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More, and under Home, you'll see KVU to submit your birthday.
All right, the time is now 6:45 on our Friday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today, and I want to say a happy birthday to my friend Gabby. We love you so much.
Ooh, happy birthday, Gabby, and happy birthday if you are celebrating with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're all tuning in with us this morning, we've got plenty of showers and thunderstorms out there on our radar right now. Looking at that radar, you can see there's a couple of stronger thunderstorms coming, actually just northeast of Card City, probably coming into, I'd say, Gonzales, and maybe I'd say the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. And also in Hallettsville, y'all getting some stronger thunderstorms as well. But those thunderstorms are going to be picking up today, tomorrow, and the entire weekend, even on Sunday as well. Looking at your future tracking here, those thunderstorms that we have out there and showers out there right now, I'm expecting they're going to decrease in strength as we go into the later morning. But as the sun comes out later this afternoon, yes, you heard me correctly, the sun is coming out today, and that's going to warm up the land, and that is going to invigorate all the storms that are going to be probably coming out of the northwest. Later this afternoon, as you can see here by 4 p.m., maybe a couple stronger thunderstorms, maybe even severe up there near Gonzales and also Hallettsville, but that's where the main risk is for this afternoon. But then we could also see some more coming our way tomorrow morning and also tomorrow afternoon as well, and also on Sunday morning as well. But looking at your severe weather threats, what we're probably expecting for today is probably the large hail and damaging wind is going to be the main threat for today. Tornado cannot be ruled out, but is not very likely today. But tomorrow, look at the threats for tomorrow. Everything is a little bit less so, including the large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. So please be well aware this weekend, folks, because we could see some severe weather. We're going to take a look at all that more, though, in just a few more moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Attorneys for Alec Baldwin filed a motion Thursday to dismiss the charges against him for the Rust movie set shooting. Cinematographer Helena Hutchins was killed and director Joel Souza was injured when a gun held by Baldwin fired a live round during a scene rehearsal. Baldwin's attorneys accused prosecutors of unethical disparagement of the actor. Baldwin is charged with involuntary manslaughter and has pled not guilty. He's currently scheduled to stand trial in July. Just last week, the film's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. It's been a while, but you can still call on the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire premiered in New York City Thursday. 4 of the stars from the original 1984 film and the 1989 sequel were in attendance. The group of Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and Annie Potts all star in the latest installment, along with actor Paul Rudd. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire will be released in theaters on March 22nd. I'm ready to go ghost hunting. All right, still to come on Sunrise. News to know before you go. Damage reported in Logan County, Ohio after a possible tornado touched down Thursday night. Damage reported in Logan County, Ohio after a possible tornado touched down Thursday night. Logan County is roughly 54 miles north of Dayton. It's unknown if there were any injuries, but county emergency leaders say the tornado caused significant damage. The sheriff says mobile home parks in the towns of Lakeview and Russell's Point took a direct hit. Emergency leaders in the town of Indian Lake say at least 6 people were hurt in the storm. It was a similar scene in Mercer County, which borders Indiana. The director of the County Emergency Management Agency says at least 1 home and hog barn were damaged. At least 3 people suffered minor injuries. A federal judge has held the city of Flint, Michigan in civil contempt for failing to meet deadlines imposed last year to replace lead pipes. Tuesday's ruling comes nearly 7 years after the city entered into an agreement settlement which included a commitment to replace the lead lines to Flint residences by 2020. The water saga in Flint, where more than 50% of residents are black, traces back to a 2014 decision to save money. It was a switch of the city's water supply from Lake Huron to the notoriously dirty river, the Flint River. The Environmental Quality Department, however, did not treat the corrosive water. That in turn ate into the city's iron and lead pipes, causing lead to leach into the drinking water. The Haitian government has again extended the curfew in the country's west region amid surging gang violence. A government communication from acting Prime Minister Michel Patrick Boisfort said the 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew will now last until March 17th. The government statement says they've ordered police to use all legal means to enforce the curfew and apprehend offenders. The communication notes that the measure does not apply to law enforcement officers on duty, firefighters, ambulance drivers, health personnel, and journalists. The government also prohibited all demonstrations on public roads in the West region at all times during the state of emergency. The state of emergency in the West region, originally declared on March 3rd, will last until April 3rd. Community colleges around Texas are waiving tuition for some high school students. VC is one of those colleges. Victoria College implementing the financial aid for Swift Transfer or FAST scholarship program this fall. VC leaders have had communication with regional superintendents. They're expected to release more details next week. The Texas Tribune reports community colleges are using House Bill 8 to pay for this benefit. The bill passed last year expanded the money junior colleges get funding from and tied future funds to positive student outcomes. A hospital in the Crossroads earns a national honor. The Yoakum Community Hospital is now one of 3 hospitals in the state to earn the title of Top 100 Critical Access Hospitals in the nation. The Chartis Center for Rural Health survey measures hospital quality, financial outcomes, and inpatient market share. It ties into the hospital's ability to deliver quality care in a cost-effective way. NASA engineers were surprised to hear back from an aging spacecraft 15 billion miles away. Voyager 1 has been experiencing a communication issue. The spacecraft launched in 1977 achieved its goal of flying by Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune decades ago. It has continued to explore the cosmos and relay a steady radio signal to mission control on Earth. However, since November, the signal has not transmitted back any usable data. On March 1st, the team sent a command called a poke. They say they got an encouraging response back from Voyager 1 and they're hopeful they can fix the issue. Over the years, the team has slowly turned off instruments to these senior citizens to conserve power and extend their missions. The Texas Medical Board will consider language to clarify what qualifies as a medical exception to the state's abortion laws at an upcoming March 22nd board meeting. You can read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. We have time for a final check of our forecast with Parker.
Yes, it is going to be raining, Carolina. In fact, we might even see some severe thunderstorms coming our way this weekend. But if you're tuning in with us right now, yes, it is raining right now for a good majority of us. You're looking live in Victoria, where it might be drizzling right now here in Victoria, but 73, quite warm up there, but also very humid with your dew point 2 degrees off from that temperature. But like I said, looking at that radar, as promised, all of us are seeing some showers, and some of us seeing some stronger thunderstorms as well. But those thunderstorms are going to increase as we go into later this afternoon. It's actually going to decrease before the afternoon. The clouds are going to decrease as well, getting warm up to about the low and mid 80s this afternoon. And as that land heats up, we've got those thunderstorms coming our way out of the north, and it's going to be here today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. It's prompting an alert day issued for the entire weekend. So please be weather aware this weekend, folks, because we might see some strong storms coming our way.
All right, thank you, Parker, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Friday and start to your weekend. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join Karina, Don, Mac, and Zach today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Don't forget that raincoat.